You've described ECO as a housing technology company rather than a construction company. What's the difference?
Before I answer this question, I would like to give you a few details of the journey that ECO or the housing sector is moving to. Due to the labor shortage, due to transport and logistics that is happening, it's very hard to keep the pace demand versus supply. So all of the housing construction companies that they do is they build on site, brick and mortar, which hasn't changed for generation and generation since Roman times. So what we do is we build on site as per spec, bespoke, as per request of a customer, and our preferred customers are usually states in this case. So we build the technology that constructs homes. And that's the difference between us and the construction companies. So we put a layer on the top. We fulfill the criteria and we tick every box inside the factory, and then we build inside at speed, at affordability. So we, in a sense, we did a very high-tech versus with traditional construction industry.
Why do you believe traditional construction simply can't solve today's global housing shortage?
Number one, it's a cost, labor shortages, and a time. So these three factors delay, and they cannot fulfill the demand that it is. As we know, according to United Nations, 2.1 billion people in a planet live without a roof over their head. Even if you have a magic wand to stop now, the pace will not reach the demand in the traditional construction. It's too slow.
Would that apply to the United Kingdom as well?
UK is no different from any other country in the world. The data is we need 6.5 million houses in UK, and you cannot supply with the current construction technologies that they exist there.
What problem were you trying to solve when you developed the GFRG building system?
The biggest problem on any new technology is acceptance from the other party. New tech, it's unknown. So people by nature are refusal to unknown. What we wanted to do is, number one, aesthetics. So people will feel comfortable into our homes, but without sacrificing the quality. So that's the without counting the affordability. So that's the gap that we narrowed in our new tech. So there is no sacrificing on quality, yet the affordability is there by default.
If someone had never heard of eco buildings before, what makes your approach fundamentally different from conventional house building?
We are on every aspect different, except on visuality. By visuality, I mean the outside look. Our homes are not different from our very high-end homes or our very expensive homes, yet we are affordable. Number one, we are faster. Number two, we are much better on every aspect of technology, fireproof, insulation, on any number or on any X factor that one needs to prove that his the home that you live in, it fulfills the criteria, on every criteria. On every criteria, we beat traditional build. Being that time, price, quality, durability, every criteria, we are much better than a traditional build. So we are there to make a difference in the housing sector.
Your second generation production line is AI enabled. Where does artificial intelligence actually make a difference in manufacturing homes?
AI is a part of our life. I don't think any of our viewers now are that they haven't tried ChatGPT, Grok, or any other AI there. So what we've done, on a second generation, we did already finish the software side that we can predict downfall. By predicting downfalls of the factory, then you have quality assurance, you have timing, so you can produce more. Then the machine, based on AI, that will learn certain criteria, being that quality of a gypsum, quality of a water, quality of humidity inside the factory or outside, and that AI will learn by 10,000 instead of a human being can see and can detect the walls on 1, 2, 10, but machine can see 10,000, how did it progress? So more we produce, more our AI will be part of our future generation factories.
You've talked about the factory getting smarter over time. How does that work in practice?
There's nothing better than knowing what you have and where you live. And that's where AI comes in. Our walls, our homes that we produce will have a history. We'll know when it produced, where it's produced, what quality was at the edge. It's like you do the blood tests. You see the blood test. So each wall will have that history, that will have that safety data sheet, that you will know the strength, you will know the different qualities. So this learning will give us possibility to even adapt even future generations.
You say you can build up to 5 times faster and at a much lower cost. Where do those savings actually come from?
That being modest, no, five times faster. We can produce with one single production line, we can produce 6 affordable houses every single day. Due to going back to AI, this cycle now is not, we will not work 6 days a week, 2 shifts a day, we will work like a Coca-Cola factory, 365 days a year. And that's a help of AI in this case, because it will predict which screw is loose, so you can go and sort it out, in a sense, putting in layman terms. So we produce already made, and we cut in our factory windows, doors, routing of the plugs, being that heating, electrical side. So already is there. It's like a Lego. It's plug and play. It's a very simple technology when you go to a core. It's you put one wall after another wall. If you can follow Lego, you can build our homes.
Your buildings are designed to withstand earthquakes, fire and extreme weather while using far less concrete, steel and water. How have you managed to combine sustainability with performance?
We've done quite a lot of testing. The beauty of, we try to simplify. The beauty in our technology is that it's in nature. So what we do, we take a core material in this case, which is a stone, a limestone. We grind it. We put it into a powder, we mix it, and we marry a gypsum with the water, and the flexibility is there. So in atom levels, there is a flexibility, even an earthquake. And this then is dried, and when it's dried, it's turning back to, so we're doing a cycle with the performance. You're turning into a stone. Our walls have been tested and certified for 240 minutes, fireproof. 8.5 scale of Richter. Insulation, sound or thermal insulation, the beauty is that we are mold and damp free for life because our homes are breathable. The homes that we build are not insulated box in order to fulfill EPC criteria. We do build homes that they breathe. So when you breathe, then there is no damp. Like in olden days that you had a space between floor and earth. So this combination, this testing and this certification and technology behind to it confirms everything we said. We've been tested, certified in different jurisdictions, being that in Latin America or Australia. GFRG did exist. It is here proven for the last 35 years. But the process and the technology that we infused makes it faster, more durable, and it makes them, by infusing the technology, we managed to see the history, we managed to see what we have in it.
Rolling Hills is one of the first major demonstrations of the technology. Was that project proved to you?
It's different when you talk, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's different when you say, this is what we've done. Rolling Hills is Rolls-Royce of a housing sector in Albania. So the housing, the apartment blocks that we're building and the houses within Rolling Hills are high-end. So the reason that we are building a high-end houses is to prove that there is no difference between affordable housing or social housing versus high-end houses or expensive houses. So it proves that ECO will build at speed, at cost, and at quality. The housing in the apartment block that we're building in Rolling Hills is one of the most apartment blocks in whole Albania or Southeast Europe.
I mean, some people still think modular construction means lower quality. How do projects like Rolling Hills challenge that perception?
Modular, it's a curse to us, and due to previous groups that they've done. We are a modern method of construction. We are in mixture between modular and MMCs. So we cut our walls and our ceiling in a factory, we build them there, but we install them on site. And we are not a drop-down box or drop box. We build homes at your architectural designs. So we are not a sausage machine. We build homes, bespoke homes. When the fulfillment or when approval came from a Buildings Group in this case, that the quality is there, seal of approval in a sense. So it makes you feel that, wow, we've done it. And wow, we've done it.
Every production line can manufacture around 6 homes a day. At what point does ECO become genuinely scalable?
We're starting with the second line, with the second generation, hence we raise the funds for that. Once we complete this, you have to bear in mind that the first line was more sort of R&D. We've tried, we've tested, we proved what we did. Now, with the second generation, the software is there, and that's when we start rolling out. After the second generation that is built, we start rolling out and we start expanding in the world. The demand is there. There is no country except Finland that doesn't have a housing shortage.
Once the second manufacturing line is operational, how much does that change the company's commercial potential?
I'll give you an example in a scalability. It's different when you say one production line builds 6 houses. The mentality in human being, we think 6 is nothing. But when you apply 10 times 6 is 60 and times 365, that's where we make a difference. And that's what we need to achieve. Production lines that we have are very simple and cheap to produce it versus the amount of money that they generate. So that's where the scalability comes in, 10 plus, or as we say, gigafactories.
You've spoken about creating a global housing manufacturing platform. What does ECO look 5 years from now if everything goes according to plan?
We will have 100 factories around the world. That's my aim. My personal mission is to have 100 factories around the world, being that 2 lines or 5 lines in a country. So what we do, our platform is licensing. We want to move into new countries and find a local partner that comes in this journey with us. So the control will be headquarters in UK, obviously. Then we can expand worldwide.
You've mentioned opportunities in markets including the UK, Africa and South America. What determines where ECO goes next?
My heart lies in UK. The demand here is not different from African state or South American state or Far East or Western Balkan in this case. There is no country in the world that I've seen so far that doesn't have a housing shortage except Finland, I think. So the demand is everywhere we go. Where we want to be, our preferred is UK, and our preferred is a Western world. In a Western world, demand is much higher than, let's say, for example, in Senegal. UK needs 6.5 million houses. So there is a shortage to the numbers that I'm scared to mention. Every 4th citizen of UK needs a home, which is alarming. Where we will move in a few years to come, we want to be everywhere around the world. The beauty that we have and that we achieved in eco-building is that we can build production lines at speed and at cost to fulfill or to narrow the gap between supply and demand.
Housing shortages are becoming a political issue across the world. Do you think governments are now starting to recognise that industrial construction is part of the solution?
There is no other solution. The budget that they allocate, each government, and I'm not saying UK, we are here different, but each government, the budget that they allocate to build affordable houses is not within reality. When you take labor shortage, when you take the demand and time that takes, there is no other solution. I cannot see any other solution. We are the only gig in the town.
You've spent years developing this technology. When you look at eco today, what excites you most about the journey ahead?
The difference that I can make to future generation. There is nothing more holy, and leaving economy aside, than giving a young couple roof over their head. It excites me because we can become a movement. It's not just financial benefits in there. It's a fulfillment to be able, as a refugee, to provide to future refugees a reason to stay in their own country. According to UN, 70% of people, displaced people, they're leaving their own country because of a roof over their head. And that's where eco is in. We can fit and fill that gap.